Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and this is different. This is the startup screen for Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Huh. It's yeah, I guess they're trying to contribute to that whole meta look aspect of it. Anyway, I'm decided to do a stream today at the moment, even though it's like really weird times, like 4:30 a.m. But my sleep schedule's been messed up all through the pandemic, so whatever. I'm just gonna roll with it. I don't even know if there's anyone online to watch this. But here goes. So there's a login button. Yes, this is the new DDLC thing, Metaverse Enterprise Solutions. I think that's they were trying. That's Dan Salvato adding an extra layer of meta to DDLC. This is where the side stories are apparently. Nifty. Side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To get all 6 side stories, try writing poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes of DDLC. Oh, okay, so that's how you unlock them. All right. So I guess since I got that scene of Sayori in the previous episode, it unlocked a side story here. Okay. I'll come back to those later. Might as well do all the side stories in one go. And pictures? Oh, okay, I'm curious with this. Yeah, okay. I guess this is more like stuff to unlock as things go on. I recognize most of these. What's Candy Hearts, Dear Sunshine? Those must be new ones. I'll give us a whirl later. In the meantime, let's get back into DDLC. I hope this is displaying properly and streaming properly and stuff. Since I don't think there's anyone online, so I'm just talking to myself, but whatever. Now, I did notice there's an achievement for getting all Sayori words or all each of the individual members' words. So I'm gonna do this over again, just so I can get 100% Sayori words, because I got all but one last time. Ah, darn it, messed it up already. Dope. I can do this. I'm just gonna do this poem over again, and then I'm gonna skip up to where I left off. What, peace is a Natsuki word? I should know these. I've done enough modding. I should know these. Defeat. Here I think it's a Natsuki word. Games. Darn it! I got 19 out of 20 words during the last session. Like, unrequited. Summer. Summer's Natsuki? Ah, darn it. Yeah, because it's... Sayori's the hardest one to get. She can be positive or negative. I think hop is... Party sounds like Sayori word. There you go. Anger's Natsuki. Fear. Yeah, because she... dance. Cheer. Adventure. Yeah, because Natsuki likes the simple words. Charm? Misfortune, maybe? Bad, that's definitely her. Yeah. Natsuki likes the simple ones. Yuri likes the complicated ones, and Sayori's in the middle. Sadness. Journey? Maybe? Darn it. I didn't. I blame the mouse. The mouse double clicked. It wasn't me. Love. Amazing. Together. Memories? Yeah. Sunny. Holiday? Dark. Raincloud, that's for sure her. Childhood. Dazzle? Fun. Lucky? Cry. I think suicide might be a Yuri word. I would have been tipping Dan Salvato's hands too much. Friends. Joy. Time? Time might be Yuri. Romance. Ocean? Sadness. I'm so close. Here's where I'm going to mess it up. Play? Alone. There you go. Achievement unlocked. Perfect Sari. There you go. And now I'll just skip ahead to where I left off. I just wanted to get the achievement. I'm going to similarly skip through all these as well. Natsuki might give me different dialogue because now I have 0 words instead of so I expected something like, that's a little bland. Well, excuse me. Like I said, it was bad. Okay, no, it's the same thing. Interestingly, it was the same, even though I got 0 Natsuki words this time. Mind you, I mean, I know a bit about having done modding, and I've looked at the code. I've seen all the behind-the-scenes stuff. I know how it operates. So you think it's very freeform. That's what you call it. Hey, it's not letting me skip. That means this is new text. That's feedback. Yeah, you say I had some kind of epiphany lately. Yeah, this is stuff I've read before during the last episode. Why isn't it letting me skip Monka's dialogue? The Llama Offici, hey, welcome to the stream. I wasn't sure if I was going to get anybody watching me. But anyway, I'm just skipping ahead because I played this yesterday. I don't know why it's not giving me the option to skip. Well, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, but during the last episode of my stream, I mean. Here's this fight between Yuri and Natsuki, because I got all the way up to where it's really strange that it's not letting me skip. If this was Renpai, it would let me skip. You must have made some changes to the. I mean, I know Team Salvato made changes to the engine on this thing. Whoops, crap. I don't know. I don't even know what I selected. It looked like. I think I have to do this over again. I should have saved it right after. I don't know if it makes. I don't actually know if it makes a difference. But I want to get like all 3 poems with the 20 Sari words to see if it there's another achievement for that, because I know there's. Because it gives an achievement for getting a poem with 20 Sari words, and this is just me being completionist. This is just. Darn it. I should know these by now. Childhood games. Darn it. Okay, games is Natsuki. Remember that. She's still kind of the childlike one. Flying. Eclipsic, YK, those are Natsuki words. Horror would be Yuri. Analysis is Yuri. Vertigo is Yuri. Imagination. Ocean. There you go. Blanket? Wait, blanket's Natsuki? I thought it would have been straight for the bed connection. Strawberry? Yeah. Well, it is possible. I mean, I'm starting over each time because I don't think it's save. Well, in the Renpai version, it doesn't save if you're like partway through. But it might be different in this. I believe they're using the Unity engine for this one. In my defense, even Dan Salvato couldn't remember what word is what when he did his DDLC stream. So maybe I'm being foolish. Maybe I should just give up on this. You know what? Screw it. Just skip ahead to the second poem and where I left off yesterday anyway, or the other day. Treasure. Smile. Feather. Tears. Lazy. Lucky. Watch me get all 20 say words this time. Family. Together. I think Socks is Natsuki. Sunset. Clumsy. Amazing. Hope, maybe? Marriage. Comfort. Death. Alone. Rainbow? Of course I got 20 out of 20 that time when I wasn't trying. Oh well, anyway. Wasted enough time with that now. Here we go. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. I guess this is the whole cookie bit now. Hi, Twinnies. Yo, Sari. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles through the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How'd you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Oh, harsh. That's the kind of thing that'll feed someone's depression. But this scene neatly highlights Sayori's manipulative nature. And the fact that she's done this so many times before that MC's caught onto it. Even though he he doesn't quite grasp that she isn't as ditzy as she lets on. She just acts that way to take advantage of. I say to take advantage of it. Well, I guess in this case, yeah, that's pretty much what she's doing. Anyway, moving on. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Tremis to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You're right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Yeah, this is the sort of thing that Dan Salvato is painting a picture of how things must have played out ahead of MC being invited to the club. So trying to arrange things so that he would want to show up. Incidentally, if there's anyone watching, let me know if there's any issue with like image quality, sound quality, or anything. I know I was having trouble with like the webcam, for instance, freezing and stuttering during the last stream, and I adjusted some settings, but I don't know if it made things better or worse. So I don't know. Let me know in chat, I guess. Anyway, moving on. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Oh, this is interesting. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Whap. Yeah. Ow. Yeah, this is interesting to me because this is something that Dan Salvato specifically commented on when he did his stream, the anniversary stream. He said that he watched people playing DDLC, and this was a very common point of confusion because that pwap comes out of nowhere after the ihihi, and they're like, what the heck just happened? Did MC just slap her? What? So I guess he decided to reverse the order of these. Interesting choice. Up till now, I think that's the only change that I've seen in the dialogue. Anyway, moving on. What was? A cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. Then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasped her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Yeah, that's another thing. Doing modding so much, I notice the differences in like the focus changes. Doing the focus changes when people are speaking is a really tedious part of the coding of these things. I just noticed some errors there. It didn't defocus Natsuki when the internal monologue was going. Oh well. Anyway. Jeez. Bears can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Siri gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her, thus fueling more Sayuki shipping. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Siri off of her. Siri suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Mouth full, Siri trots away to safety. There she goes trotting again. He sees... Dan Salvato uses the word trots a few times, it seems, to describe the way Siri moves. She trotted in the previous episode too. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Siri? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quickly glances at me. You did it again. It didn't defocus until MC was speaking. Like it was focused still on her while the internal monologue was going. I don't know. Is it for? I don't know. When I made my own mod, the focus. I made sure the focus is only on them when they're speaking, not when the internal monologue was going. Oh well. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You'd have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. Yeah, that's the other thing. In addition to the focus changes, like changing expressions is it's also really tedious work. Now, I'm just me getting nitpicky because I've made and played so many mods for this thing. Noticing that Sari has had the same expression frozen on her face for a while now. Anyway, I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Tormuse. Monica smiles sweetly. Didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone's already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. And should be going into the next Sayori scene. There you go. Twinis! This is cute. Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm gonna go get some supplies from another classroom. You want to come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival is coming up? Me and Monica were gonna make some posters and stuff. So I need to go find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. Ah, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. Ah, are you going with Tormuse to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. Ah, interesting. There's Monica trying to insert herself into things. This is what some of the earliest attempts from her, I guess, to get closer to the player. Anyway, but I wanted to go. That was curious. Both of them shrank. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. Hey, Slender's here. Welcome. Yeah, you haven't missed a whole lot. We're into the next day, and looks like it's going to Sari scene. Oh yeah, I got 20 Sari words, and there's an achievement for that. Now that this thing's the DDLC Plus has achievement system, unlike the original DDLC. Excuse me. Anyway, moving on. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, trainees? Yep, let's go. Sari and I exit the club room. I follow behind as Sari hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sari finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey Sari, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Eh? Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're gonna do a poetry performance. A performance? What kind? Well, everyone is gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. Ah, that sounds kinda dull. Tormuse, you're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like you say the lines of the poems like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now, when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Sari, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know. I know. I just meant that it's a pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited. The festival's going to be so much fun. Sari spins herself around in the hallway again. Hey Tormuse, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I've spent time with Sari like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hold myself up in my room more and more. So going on adventuring with Sari brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. Anyway, yeah. Chemistry Cat's here. Hello. Welcome. To us enter the classroom. Sari heads straight to the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Which of the OG endings are you doing? I'm planning to try to get to the good ending. I'm going to so I'm going to reload a couple times to go through and get all 3 of the routes, for Sari, Natsuki, and Yuri, before moving on to Act 2. Gives you more opportunity to comment on things, and I understand. Apparently that's how you unlock the side stories too, like getting all the CGs. So yeah. So I'm having. I have a bit of a dual purpose here. I'm replaying the original game for nostalgic factor, I guess, and also unlocking the new content. So I don't know, if you're here for the new content, it's going to be a while. because I intend to play through the original game first. And I figure I'll just breeze through all the side stories at the end. Yeah, so this is just sort of a retrospective of the original game at the moment, I guess. Moving on. Crayons! Doing the true ending, yeah. Sari pulls a box full of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand, too. Kind of dirty, though. Sari starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. At least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. Ah, I dropped one by accident. Smack. Yeah. Sari bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. She falls to the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow. You okay? My forehead. Sari clutches her forehead. Jeez, Sari, that's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sari is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sari. But it hurts. Just do it for a second. Yeah, here's another CG. Sari slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow! Side note, she I don't know if I should say this, but she definitely does seem bustier in this CG than the other one. Which is fitting after that comment about the boobs that she made in the last episode. Anyway. Ow! Sorry. Just a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. Should find some ice. 20 years? Where would I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sari makes a silly joke. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Oh, okay. Ooh, the music stopped. That's ominous. Did the music stop here? It just occurred to me that it's been playing the Ohio Sayori song this whole time. Is it? I'm trying to remember. Is that the song that played during a scene before? Usually it plays the club room theme. Yeah. The other thing I was going to say is that ice is good first aid, pretty much for any injury. Keeps the swelling down. Anyway, moving on. I pat Sari on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. Look at the nearest vending machine. What should I get? Doesn't really matter since it will be used as an ice pack, but rather than to drink. But I know Sari likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. Just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sari. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots before. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Because she says, yes, CGs are the unlock criteria for side stories. Each one you see unlocks the one side story, unlocked in chronological order. Huh, okay. Oh, interesting. Alright. Moving on. Sari, here. I hand Sari the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sari opens the cap and starts drinking from it. Sari, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot. Ah, sorry, I forgot. Haha. How hard did you hit your head? Sari places the bottle against the bump on her head. It stings. Just bear with it, it'll feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Tormuse, this kind of reminds me of growing up, doesn't it? Yeah? What do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? I would always try to keep up with you? You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like, I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on things than you did, but sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump, and I would start crying really hard, and you would rush over as quick as you could. You'd try really hard to get me to stop crying. It's almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out, even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know. Did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. so in a way it was my fault. I kind of like this time too. If I wasn't rushing out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Tormuse, I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years. You're rushing to help me even though I'm just being clumsy? Yeah, you know, in the context of everything else, it kind of makes me think that, you know, maybe Sayori's manipulative behavior may have started back then. Like, she realized that if she was clumsy and got hurt, that he would pay attention to her. So I kind of almost wonder if she like gets hurt or, you know, acts clumsy deliberately just to make sure he pays attention to her. Yeah. That's giving me some story ideas, actually. So, because I was writing a Sayori point of view mod, and ideas are forming. I could have a scene where she deliberately injures herself just to get MC's attention. That, that creates some interesting story ideas. Anyway, sorry, moving on. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. Guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Tormuse, I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll each end up for college or after that, so it wouldn't be fair for me to just make any promises, but, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? Can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. Yeah, there's MC being diplomatic as always. He's just kind of evading and giving a non-answer. I mean, even him saying that he didn't remember those interactions with her kind of feels like a diplomatic evasive non-answer. Anyway, moving on. I'm so happy. Sayori has the whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess you should go back. I don't want to worry Monica, you know. Good luck with that. She's going to see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. Ah! She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast, ever hurting yourself. Ah! Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. Says, that's fine, I already did all the side stories. I'm interested to see what you think of them. I'll get to them eventually. I'm really curious to see them too, but yeah, I'm gonna go through this in my own time, and I'll get to the side stories when I get to them. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try to hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. Good timing. I was just ready to start with sharing our poems. Eh? Sayori, your forehead. She's fine, don't worry about it. I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. That pause and that look from Monica is funny. Well, anyway, were you able to find everything we needed? Uh-huh, I have it right. Eh? Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all this stuff. Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the poster paper, too. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Tormuse. Well, Sayori... I failed to come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made an adventure. Yeah, that. Okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone. Are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Who should I show my poem to first? Okay, I guess I should save it again. Or page 2. And I'll go through them in order again. Big and beautiful, yeah. there must be there must be a long delay between you typing things in or I don't know. Must be the stream must be on a delay or something. Your big and beautiful comment just showed up right now. I'm assuming that's in response to the comment about Sayori's boobs. Anyway, moving on. Let's go with Sayori first. Tormuse, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... No way. Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki's the least likely to admit how much she likes something. But I don't think it's that. And I guess you guys says, yeah, the base game CGs are a little inconsistent. Yeah. Even with Seo, who looks the most consistent across her 3 CGs. Yeah, well, I mean... You know, in their defense, in Team Salvato's defense, I mean, this whole project, DDLC in its entirety was just done for fun, you know? Like, Dan Salvato wasn't expecting it to catch on. He wasn't expecting it to blow up as big as it did. It was just this little free visual novel he made. In fact, I get the definite feeling that he's almost embarrassed at its success, he's still very gracious to to all the fans and appreciates their attention and so on, but I get the definite feeling that he had other projects on the go that he would have preferred got more attention than this. Yeah. It's probably why it took so long to get around to making DDLC Plus. Oh well. Yeah. I mean, if you follow the whole ARG stuff and all the behind the scenes stuff, there are definitely a lot of strong indications that he had some other project that he was working on that he had hoped to release in 2018, and it never happened. Anyway, moving on. But I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. What? Stop thinking weird things, idiot. He called her an idiot again. It's the third time he's called her an idiot so far. MC is so mean to her. Oh well. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? You somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things. Like cooking. Another reference to her setting the place on fire. Let's not talk about that. So, yeah. I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting up in my business all the time. I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. You sure about that? Maybe. I just adore Sayori's childlike behavior. It's cute, yeah. You like the duality of her character, how she takes the time to still be carefree while being secretly contemplative and rather perceptive/wise. Yeah. Yeah. Let's hold on a second. I need to take my sweater off. I have a sweater on, even though it's summer, because the neighbors like to turn the air conditioning on way too high. Anyway, it's an uncomfortable temperature range where it's too cold for a t-shirt, but too hot for a sweater. And so I kind of have to go back and forth. Anyway, yeah, there really is kind of a duality in all the characters if you really think about it. But yes, Siri for sure. She acts, airheaded, silly, ditzy, and so on. But there is some sense of cunning and manipulative nature to her, and yeah, contemplative for sure. Like you see that a lot in the Bottles poem, for instance. There's a thoughtfulness and introspectiveness to her. So she's a brain character here. I mean, in my opinion, you could kind of say that about all of them. Like Natsuki on the surface, she seems like she's just rude. But she's got some her defensiveness hides insecurities. She's got a bit of a thoughtful nature to herself as well, and there's Yuri, who is it just seems so shy and insecure, but as these deep thrumming sense of passion behind it. Oh hell, I'm rambling. I should go on. Maybe. Siri starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Tormuse, will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Hmm? Siri, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. I broke my pencil. Siri hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped. Siri POV mod. Yeah, I mean, I hadn't really planned to make a Siri POV mod, but I sort of had ideas rattling around in my head. I mean, it's sort of, I guess the beginnings of it came when I played the Rain Clouds mod a few years ago. Because Rain Clouds as a mod is so full of missed opportunities. Missed opportunities to build the drama, to make the narrative more coherent. It has so many tedious parts where it starts and stops and stuff, and I kind of wanted to I mean, I don't know. I just when I was playing Rain Clouds, it's the quintessential Siri POV mod in the modding community. It's what am I trying to say? As I was playing, there were a lot of points where I was like, I would have done this differently, or there was a lot of missed opportunities. And also I just kind of the other day I just found myself just writing. I wrote a scene about Sayori and Monica meeting for the first time, and I don't know, maybe I'll make something of it. Maybe I'll at least make a demo of it or something. Plans are kind of vague at the moment. Sometimes it's helpful to just write something and then figure out the in-between details as you go along. There's finger pointing pose S tier. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Siri hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped, but being inattentive to her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry. Yeah. Continue what I was saying. I kind of have to wonder. Was it so accidental that she bumped into him? It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Siri clutches the desk beside her beside her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. Grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. 9 minutes at least, and yeah, it was about Sayori. Yeah. Yeah, that's what. I'm looking. Yeah, looking at my YouTube dashboard, it is super delayed. Like I'm seeing it too. I don't know. I hope that at least like the webcam image isn't like stuttering or anything. It was. I know it was sort of coming and going. Like I think I had a thing where it was like frozen completely at the beginning of the last stream. I don't know. I did adjust one thing. I don't know if it'll make it better or worse. Anyway, moving on. Grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. It's interesting. She says that it was last episode. She said it was going to be the best one ever. Anyway, bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of the cookie jar. This line right here? Every time I watch, I mean, back in the day when DDLC first came out, I watched a bunch of different LPs of it. Because I wanted to see people's first reactions to all the weird twists and all the stuff that goes nuts later on. This line here always makes people go like, what? Like, totally not expecting that line from a Sayori poem. I think she says, I'm going to keep writing until I die. Top 10 pictures taken for disaster. I said this earlier because of the oh, right. Yeah, I haven't quite got to that line yet. You're getting there. Anyway, moving on. Pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle is starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. You're supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Yeah, there's Sayori's dark poem there. Not the darkest that she writes, but the CG because he works in the game's favor because of the metal lore. Yeah. Sorry, there's something I was going to say. I was going to comment on the fact that Sayori is one of the few poems in this game that actually rhymes, at least parts of it anyway. But yeah, obviously this is all about Sayori's tendency to give too much of herself and not leave things not leave things for herself, and always wanting to make other people happy, but not keeping any happiness for herself. It's more foreshadowing of her depression and all that. They're starting to talk about it. Anyway, moving on. Holy crap. Sayori, did you write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Yeah, this is all very telling stuff. I also think it's interesting. Monica taught me a whole lot. This is one of those things that feeds the whole Psionica ship. It's a worthy sacrifice, however. It was a worthy sacrifice, however. What is that line? What's that referring to? I'm trying to think. What did I say 9 minutes ago that you could be reacting to? Anyway. Yeah. Sari's kind of figuring out her feelings, and apparently Monica helped her with that, which is interesting. That's some food for headcanons there. Anyway, moving on. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You got pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Yeah, there's the line, Chemistry Cat. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sarah's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. There's some more foreshadowing there, because she's dropping it because because she's too depressed to keep motivated. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Who should I show my poem to next? Natsuki. Cancer Guy, Dan is wonderful and the man of many talents. I'm excited for whatever he does next. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really curious to know, I mean, as are a lot of people, really curious to know what that whole Project Libitina would have been about. I wonder if he's still planning to do that, or if that whole project's if it's fallen by the wayside or what. Like, I mean, he was really secretive about it to begin with, so, like, maybe, maybe circumstances have changed and he isn't planning to release it anymore. I don't know. Anyway. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. She's more sooner to say than Natsuki. It's ridiculous. Yeah, pretty much. You can't really say it's any better either. Oh, I think Natsuki's gonna be mad at us now. Phew. Huh? Phew? What? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment? Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing. Maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. Oh, okay, interesting. Did she... Did she... Is that the line, I'm trying to recall. Okay, I'm trying to recall how this goes. I mean, I know that if Natsuki hates your poems, she gets. She gets mad and refuses to show her poem. But anyway, moving on. You think so? Yeah. Well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. You never really struck me as her type. Sari has a type all of a sudden. Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so, fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around dead weight. Oof. Temperature inconsistency is a pain. Yeah, yeah, this delay in the stream is so weird. Yeah. Before long, I'm probably gonna have to put the sweater back on again. Anyway. That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we each take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her sing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I try not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends just start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers, and I'm going to tell everyone. Yeah, Ring. Yeah, so does Ring Cousin New Eyes had a lot of that. Yeah. Oh, I think this is a decent idea, but there's some major missteps in it, especially in regards to not just being awful to her friends over MC and Monka being just evil. Yeah. Trip with Yuri was by far my favorite part of the mod, even if it's kind of meandering in relation to the main plot. Okay, looks fine around. Okay. Good to know the webcam looks fine. And yeah, yeah, absolutely. I totally agreed about the trip with Yuri. That was my favorite part. Like, I reloaded that a few times to watch again because it's so freaking sweet. I love the that whole Euro Falls bit between Sayori and Yuri. I honestly Sugadev, the author of Rain Clouds and New Eyes. When he's doing his own thing, it's brilliant. Like when he gets away from the DDLC canon, he writes some good stuff. Like the scenes where Sayori's alone are the best parts of the mod. Or like I said, or the scene with the Eurofalls scene as well. But like all the scenes in the club, it just everything drags to a halt. It's worse than dragging to a halt. It's like it just stutters a lot because I've complained about this before. I'll say it again. Like Rain Clouds is all line of vanilla dialogue and Sayori reacting to it. Line of vanilla dialogue, Sayori reacting to it. And they alternate perfectly in a 1-to-1 ratio for the whole thing. And it's utterly tedious to read through. And it's just like, the whole time you're just waiting to get past these boring parts so you can get to the actual parts that are actually interesting. New Eyes suffered from that to a degree as well. To a lesser degree than Rain Clouds did. But yeah, that's why in my own Yuri point of view mod, Storm, I tried to cut out as much vanilla dialogue as I could. I left enough in so you could tell where you are in the story. I probably still could have stood to cut some out, but like people don't come to mods for the vanilla dialogue. It makes the mod boring. Yeah. But even beyond that, like, I just felt on a very general level that Rain Clouds, it should have been Sayori's story, you know, and there were a lot of missed opportunities to make it her story, to make her an active agent in her story. It was just so much of it was just her reacting to what's happening around her instead of I don't know. There are a lot of examples I give about that, but that's just I'm just rambling at this point. I should probably get on with this thing. It's not as good as yours. Please to present one of the best poems to the MMOG. Yeah. 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 She. What was I gonna say? This poem to do with Sayori making her friends happy, and there's no happiness for her. Yep, that's pretty much it. Anyway, Yeah, getting back to what's actually on the screen here. Yeah, the Amy Likes Spiders poem. This is it's basically this is about Natsuki's insecurities about herself. Like she's the subject of the poem. Like Natsuki's the subject of the poem. Or they're different interpretations of it. Like maybe Natsuki is Amy, and people and she's resentful of all the people who hate her for liking manga, or maybe she's the subject of the poem, and she's like slowly realizing that she shouldn't hate people for their own hobbies or whatever. Sorry, hold on. She says it's about her mantra of other people deserve happiness over my own, and her feeling that she'll inevitably let her friends down and fail to make other people happy. Keep what Seo says here. Keep what Seo says here in mind for side stories. Okay. I'll try to. I'll do my best. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Which does part of this does Natsuki represent, or just represents Natsuki in this? That's the question. Because like Act 1 of DDLC, you know, in terms of, from Natsuki's point of view, like she's learning to be more understanding of people who are different. I mean, but the same for both Natsuki and Yuri, and I played on that heavily in Storm, for example. But it's like this is the build up to the beach poem on day 4. The next day. Excuse me. What time is it? Oh yeah, it's way too late. I'm probably just gonna play through the one day today for today's stream. There's more stuff in the chat here. The Money Tommy line. Okay. Let's get unknowingly called MC Dance by calling him a dead weight. Yeah. Yeah, Yuri can do the same thing. I missed out on Beach during my first run of DDLC Plus because I didn't get enough points for Yuri when making my Seo poems. Yeah, that can happen. Expires like Grace because sometimes about how others treat Natsuki and how she's hypocritical because of how she treats Yuri's interests. Yeah, exactly. This is kind of about Natsuki realizing her own hypocrisy, and this is Natsuki's character arc. Now the dialogue can be mixed into custom dialogue. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Like if you're gonna mix vanilla dialogue with custom dialogue, you have to try. In my opinion, you have to try really hard to make them match. Because that was the other thing in like Rain Clouds and New Eyes. It's really jarring. Like it's really obvious which parts are vanilla dialogue and which parts are Sukadev's writing, because everyone's style of talking completely changes. Like, not to hold myself up as a shining example or anything, but I studied the whole script beginning to end to you know, figure out everyone's mannerisms, so that I could match them up as much as possible. But you know, I don't know. Like, if you're not going to do that, then maybe don't include the vanilla dialogue. Like, I honestly think Sukadev's work would have been better off. It would have been better if he didn't include the vanilla dialogue, because it just looks weird the way he did it. The back and forth. It's just I don't know. It's just my opinion. Like, I really think. I just think he should. If he's gonna make a mod, he should probably like just divorce it from the original material and write his own story. I think he could write a really interesting story that way. But I don't know. I don't know what he's up to these days. He I don't think he's I don't think he's even making mods. I think I mean, the last I heard of him was quite a while ago. It would have been back in mid 2018. After that whole copyright controversy happened around Rain Clouds and New Eyes. He canceled his project. He was making a Natsuki point of view mod in the same style as Rain Clouds and New Eyes, but he canceled it. Said he was going to work on his own original novel instead, visual novel, and then I basically never heard from him after that. I did message him after I did my playthrough of New Eyes, incidentally. I let him know if he wanted to, in case he wanted to, or have your mod be alternate universe. Yeah, that's the other possible way to do it. Wow, I'm rambling so much. I've been stuck on the Natsuki's poem for so long. I wonder if it's probably, I wonder if it's been 9 minutes yet. Anyway, I should move on. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Incidentally, this is something it's something I have to keep in mind. Like, the fact that Natsuki uses word like analogies shows that she doesn't always use simple words. So she does have enough of a vocabulary to know some bigger words sometimes. Anyway, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is being an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's how everyone thinks about my... that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. That just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of other people can too. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Interesting. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's go with Yuri. Might as well do them in order. Is she going to be upset and not show her poem? Are you still mad at me? Eh? For disrespecting Natsuki yesterday, because reading this poem, and now I know why you got mad at me, because you prefer her writing over mine. That's not really true. Meaning, when I disrespected her, I disrespected you too, didn't I? Oh no. Yuri, you might be reading into this a little too much. How could I be so stupid? I always let these things happen. Whenever I think before I speak, I just come off as awkward and unlikable. But if I speak without thinking, the things I want to keep inside come out and make people hate me. So please don't force yourself to be around me. I know this is what Monica wants, but it's not fair to you when you could be enjoying your time with Natsuki and Sayori. Yuri, please. It makes it easier for me if you don't express any concern. Besides, I have my books with me. That's all I need. Yuri smiles sadly and puts her head down on her desk. Frustrated, I don't hate her, but it's as if she's not capable of listening to me over her own thoughts. I sigh to myself. All I can do is accept that that's how she is. If she wants to be left alone, then I have no choice but to abide to that request. And she didn't show her poem, so we miss out on the. Wow, what's her second poem again? I'm drawing a total blank. Oh yeah, the raccoon. So funny enough, in my draft, I've made it an alternate universe and added my custom dialogue. Cool. That sounds really neat. Scenes too. Yeah, yeah, poor Yuri. Yeah, this is what I mean by the difference in how Natsuki and Yuri approach confrontation. Natsuki gets super defensive and aggressive, whereas Yuri just withdraws. She's like, she doesn't want to deal with the confrontation at all. She's just like, it's better if we just avoid each other, kind of thing. Each one's an active forward, do so much heavy lifting for the Natsuki ship. Love it here. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, let's go on to Monica. Hi again, Toy Muse. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Wanted to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I gave my poem to Monica. Alright, it's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori, like the other one you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating. Dynamic duo, that's a Batman reference. Or, yeah, that old 1960s Batman. Moving on. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone, but Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them their share of time. And you can talk to me every now and then, too. There she is, trying to insert herself again. I'm not, like, unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. I'm still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah, I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry, I get what you're saying. Well, alright. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me! The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. And of course, load me being a play on the save me at the start, you know, just to tie in with the video game thing. And excuse me. And yeah, this whole thing is expressing her reality or her experience of reality as a fictional entity, or I don't know. She does have a line in Act 3 about how when you turn the game off, she's bombarded with endless noise and stuff. And it's a cacophony of meaningless noise. But yeah. The red, green, blue, it seems to be referring to classic CRT monitors had, if you look really close at them, they had a whole series of clusters of red, green, and blue lights on them. Like the whole screen is made up of little clusters of red, green, blue everywhere. And they alter the amount of red, green, and blue to get any color. It's different from how modern LCD monitors or LED monitors operate. Although LED monitors is kind of a misnomer. Here I'm going off on a tangent again. because both LCD and LED monitors have like a crystal display LCD. The difference is the LED ones, just also, in addition to the LCD screen, has a LED backlight for home theater environments. Sorry, I'm rambling again. My point is the whole red, green, blue thing is seems to be a reference to CRT monitors, which sort of plays into the sense that, like, because this whole game, DDLC, is sort of a send up to like classic dating simulator kinds of games, and I think a lot of those are from ages past, maybe before LCD monitors were around. Jeremy's just a lot about the Not Series ship. Yeah. I've written some Not Suri material, you could say. Oh, hey. I remember Suri says no suicide having that in the background recipe. It was whipped cream. Yeah, nice. I also I made another. Hold on. If my processor will allow it, I made another on that series scene a while back. I don't know if I should be posting it here. It's I'm not going to say it's racy, but oh hell, this thing is really chugging. Yeah, my processor is really struggling. You know what? I give up. I'm not even going to bother bringing that up. Anyway, went off my long rambling rant about CRT monitors and yeah. I mean, just the mention of CRT monitors is a bit nostalgic for me because I'm a child of the '80s. And anyway, moving on. Whipped cream? Oh, Slender, have you not played Sayori Says No to Suicide? It's my other mod. Anyway, moving on. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess that's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess. Oh no, I can't explain that joke. Go watch it later. Joyce made it. It's pretty short. Plus, it's on his YouTube channel. Yeah. Yep. It's yeah. I put it on the YouTube. It's one of my previous mods. I think the video I made for it is like an hour long. But you can probably get through the mod in like half an hour. I took longer because I have my own commentary, and I also went through all the Easter eggs and stuff. He's scary there. Kasha changes are always enjoyable. Yeah. Anyway, the whipped cream thing is a reference to the mod Sayori Says No to Suicide. So yeah, check it out. It's a lot more fun than it sounds. I mean, it is a PSA, and it does deal with heavy topics. You know, most notably depression and suicide. But I made a deliberate choice to make it as fun as possible. I did my best to do so anyway. Anyway, moving on. It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space in the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling. Oh hey. Cool Digger's here. Hey, welcome. Yeah, classic DDLC first. I'm going through the original game. I haven't played it in a few years, so I thought, hey, maybe with DDLC Plus, maybe this is a good opportunity to go through the original. But yeah, and you have to go through the original first to unlock the other content anyway. Apparently, in order to unlock the side stories, you have to get all the CGs. So I figured I'd do, kill two birds with one stone, get it all go through the whole thing. Anyway, yeah. Oh yeah, and cool Tigger, if you're still here, there's apparently a 9-minute delay on this, approximately on this between when I speak and it showing up on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know if it's my processor or my graphics card or my internet connection or what. I need to upgrade something, or maybe I already need to upgrade everything. I don't know. I don't know where the bottleneck is. Anyway, yeah, you have to do at least most of Act 1 to unlock the new stuff. Plus, Termes wants to do the whole thing first anyways, yeah. DLC Plus is 100% pretty good. Cool. Glad to hear it. Anyway, moving on. Or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. And there's Monica being all meta as usual. It's your little fourth wall breaking moment. Do you have to do all the CGs to get sidetracked? Yeah. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Uh-oh. This is the part of the game that even Dan Salvato says is boring. Like, they're reciting their poems to each other. It's character establishing stuff, but nothing really moves along, like, story-wise or anything. So this is just, and there isn't even really a lot of interaction between people. So yeah, this bit's kind of dull. Oh well, let's breeze through it. Is this about with the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? You don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry. I thought you had heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica, yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case everyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. I didn't sign up for this, There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys! No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri had never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask of them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. And that's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today.
Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it.
Yuri's been frozen in that pose for a long time. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sari looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think Sari and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. Guess I'll just have to get it over with.
Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces.
I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
No way!
Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bring the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sari looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. Sorry, the chat just stuttered for a moment there. Oh. Sorry, the chat just did a flip and then a whole bunch of messages appeared. And I noticed someone's okay. You have to get the delay seems to have gone down to 3 minutes at least. Oh, okay, or even a minute or two. Don't skip over any of the Act 2 poems if you want to get 100%. Oh, okay. Oh, really? Interesting. Play's gotten a bit better now. Pain trying to do 100% the achievement to get the 100. So the poems are the worst part of 100%. Oh, really? Yeah, you have to get all the special poems to get 100%? Because those are selected randomly. See, they no longer activate to get started the poem. Staring at a dot. Yeah. Got it once first run when I played it normally, I accidentally clicked a bit too early so I didn't register? Oh no. Been spam resetting the game and I have done it close to 100 times for a 1 in 11 chance. Eesh. Yeah, exactly. 1 in 11 chance. It's yeah, that if you have to just get all the special poems, like, yeah, because are there 11 of them, and it only shows 3 of them, and they're randomly selected. Yeesh. I foreshadowing this club is going to be the test of me. Hey, yeah, you really are caught up. But anyway, yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, I was going to comment. Oh, sorry, and I've done Act 2 twice now, and only have 4 since on my second run. I got not one, but it's both special poems that don't count for the galley. Ah, darn. Yeah, I must say, I am a bit surprised to see you here, Cool Digger 3. By the way, I'm a bit curious to know how you found your way here, because I didn't post this in the DDMC. Were you like already subscribed to me, or I'm just curious about that. I don't think I've seen you on my streams before. Anyway, moving on. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yeah, this... I played on this in Storm. This appears to be a reference to Portrait of Markov and the whole third eye business. Anyway, moving on. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she'd bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. Which guys you have to get all of them except the glitched body and happy thoughts image, even though they still exist. Champ popped up and I recommended, so you dropped in. Oh, okay, cool. Interesting. So I found you through Save Suicide. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I've only got like 200 subscribers, and I don't know. I sort of wonder how people find my channel sometimes. Interesting. Anyway, moving on. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sorry. It's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. Such as I can't remember. I found you around the time you finished playing through Star. Okay. Incidentally, this is more of the Siri Monica interaction, which fuels the Psionica ship. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sarah begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sarah is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sarah's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sarah meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sari finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sari. Even Tormies liked it. I looked at the DDLC mods Reddit, which is how I found the mod in the first place. Cool. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. Yeah, see? This is what I mean. It sort of feeds the Psionica shippers. These are signs that Sari and Monica have had a lot of interaction and they've shared a lot of writing between themselves, and not just in this poem sharing session. These are hints that they had a history before this all started. Anyway, moving on. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Tormuse. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Tormuse lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. I lurk on the server, except I'm still officially listed as the head moderator. Yeah. Yeah. I see around once in a while. I mean, I kind of lurk on there even when I was like the Reddit subreddit moderator. So I don't know. Somehow just being a moderator seemed to it just sort of felt like it ate up all the time that I would have spent interacting with people in the community, and it sort of ended up feeling like I was only like just only there to do my moderator duties. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. Chemistry Cat says Seiya and Monica are extremely close friends, and people forget that just because the game doesn't make it clear that Seiya's death was entirely an accident by Monica unless you pay close attention. Yeah, exactly. Seiya dying, was I mean, by all appearances anyway, it was an accident on Monica's part. Like the text that she puts in the trace back for one thing, and the other part of her Act 3 monologue, Monica says that she increased Sari's depression to make her unlikable. There is somewhat of an implication that she didn't really expect or intend Sari to die. Yeah, anyway. Moving on. There's more about your lack of confidence in writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Well, why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. Words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you don't have much to worry about for the festival. And Chemistry Cat says, Seiya's death is also what throws Monica off the deep end, so to speak. The ease of deleting her as a solution to fix the code after Seiya died desensitized her further to mistreating her friends. Yeah, I think there's a definite sense of that as well. I get the definite feeling that even as she was doing it, like there was a sense of guilt that just sort of
it's like there's a lot going on there. Honestly, like Iwanka did have a sense of guilt about it, which she manages to brush off by like she rationalizes it by saying, "Oh, they're not real anyway. They're not real anyway." But it takes her a while to get to that point. I don't know. It's hard to trace exactly where and when the shift in her perspective and perception occurs. Anyway, I'm just going to move on. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. Doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sari and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. And Puter says, taking a step outside DDLC, I strongly recommend trying to read all of the extra files and mail you get in DDLC Plus. Okay. I'll be sure to do that. Ready to go, Sari? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Hehe. Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Termuse, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. Mr. Cat says, Monica used to be tied for my least favorite character, but after people dived into her character deeply, she's now tied for my second favorite behind Sari. Okay. Tied for second. Tied with who? So Monica and Yuri, and then Nuts. Okay, I see. Yeah, these days I have trouble rating them. I mean, I guess Yuri's still my favorite, but for various reasons I've already expressed. But I've come to appreciate all of them. They've all got their ups and downs, and yeah, Monica's a very polarizing character for sure. She's pretty complex. Yeah, hard to say. Natsuki used to be my least favorite, but I've grown to appreciate her, like particularly with regards to how well she and like Natsuki and Yuri fit together. In my opinion, I feel like they have a lot in common, like a lot more in common than I used to think. So you tried in the first place, huh? Neat. It's trying to make yourself feel less guilty about having when she says they're not real. Yeah. 4 years of Monica's my favorite by a long shot. Yeah. I knew Monica was your favorite, Cool Digger. Anyway, let's finish up this day here. I walk home with Sari once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sari's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sari. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean... Sari fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that?
Kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, I'm gonna save it. Yeah. Interesting that she says, what if Yuri, etc. She says, like, if you've gone the Natsuki route, she asks what if Natsuki wants to go home with you. But if you go with Sayori, the default is for to ask about Yuri. Excuse me. So it says, Yuri being relatable and everything going on about her, and Sayori just speaks terrible to childlike behavior, plus her depression makes me pity her. Yeah. We've all thought for sure, but I definitely have a tier list. Anyway. Going Sayori route here, I don't think it makes a difference, but I'm going to say welcome Sayori here. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Tormuse. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sorry, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? Conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? And here we are. Into the third poem. I'm going to save it now. So I think this is a good time to end the stream. It's approaching 2 hours. Because your cat says Sayori is unshakable from her spot because she's important to my identity as a person. Oh, neat. Very similar to her, to the point my friends pointing it out. And her arc helped me realize my depression. Oh, really? Huh. But you do get to unlock for saying you'd walk with Sayori. Oh, really? Huh. Interesting. Okay. Incidentally, something I found at the end of the last stream, I quit prematurely, or I ended the stream prematurely. Like, if you hit exit DDLC and say return to the desktop, boom, it goes back here. Metaverse Enterprise Solutions, which is, I'm presuming that's a made-up company. It's just Dan Salvato trying to keep up the whole meta aspect of things. But yeah, side stories there. I unlocked another one. Huh. Trust understanding. There's a part 1 and part 2. I'm presumably the fact that it's grayed out means I haven't unlocked it yet. So there's a scene between Sayori and Monica and a scene between Sayori and Yuri. I'll play those another time. I'm gonna finish going through and unlocking all of them before I go through all those. Hey, did I unlock a picture too? Just see anything new. Oh, okay. Oh, I was showing the poems. Okay. And they're the CGs. Backgrounds. Oh, hey, concept art. Oh, this is neat. What's this? Ha! A sketch of Sayori's initial character design. Drawn by David Evelyn? So not Satchley then. I wonder, he must have changed artists at some point. Sketch page by David Evelyn to test and compare different hairstyles for Sayori. Huh. This is interesting. Sayori's first CG, which would later be outlined, colored, slightly adjusted to match the perspective of the background. Cool stuff. Okay. Getting some behind-the-scenes stuff here. What's settings? Okay. Data collected 17%. Does that mean like how much unlockable content I've unlocked? Is that what that's referring to, presumably? You unlock part 2 by completing part 1. Okay. Actually building on their universe. Huh, interesting. So there's this interesting thing I did. My draft with Brit MC and Sari's relationship. Obviously, Sari loves him, but Brit MC sees Sari like a little sister. Darn, the whole unrequited love thing. So there's a display in order. Save Monica happens first, and then down the list. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so that's all pretty cool. On that note, I think it's good time to end the stream. I'll pick us up in a couple of days, probably. Maybe even tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't got a lot going on in terms of along the lines of like other games I'm playing, and I'm bad at sticking to a schedule anyway for these sorts of things. So I'm probably just gonna, I don't know. I'm probably just gonna randomly get in the mood to stream and go, okay, I'm gonna stream now, and then just go do it. So yeah, sorry, I can't really promise exactly when it'll be, but I'll figure it out. Yeah. Where does matter since they do tell a loose overarching story? Okay, cool. So it's probably just as well that I played through the whole original game first, and unlock everything that I can and select every option that I can, because then I can do all the side stories all in one go, theoretically. So yeah, so I'm accidentally doing the right thing. So, and I'll carry on. I'll carry on with that. Yeah.